Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning's devotion. As always, I'm so glad you are with me this morning. Diving into the next letter of the Hebrew alphabet written in Psalm 119, we come to the word mem, M-E-M, mem. And that word means waters or languages or peoples or nations. And the concept is that the wisdom of God is deep waters, and it's about taking a deep dive into the wisdom of God. And it's also referring to the Torah. The Torah was the Old Testament book that everyone referred to, and the Torah was deep in wisdom, in the deep waters of God. When I hear water, I think about the Spirit of God. Out of the belly, Jesus said, shall come rivers of living water. And those are deep waters, deep rivers that come when we go a deep dive into the Word of God and what it says. So let's have a read of this bit of passage here, coming from verse 97, reading through to verse 104. Oh, how I love your law. It is my meditation all the day. Your commandment makes me wiser than my enemies, for it is ever with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for your testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the aged, for I keep your precepts. I hold back my feet from every evil way in order to keep your word. I do not turn aside from your rules, for you have taught me. How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through your precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. Well, from that, I just hear Jesus all throughout this bit of the scriptures. First of all, oh, how I love your law. It is my meditation all the day. Jesus was one who meditated on the Word of God. And we have that as evidence, even from a child he did, because he said in the next, it says, your commandments make me wiser than my enemies, for it is ever with me. We know that when he was dealing with the devil in the temptations out in the wilderness, how did he deal with the temptation? With the Word of God. And it's his meditating on the Word. Now, sometimes you think I've got my Bible with me, just got to keep reading. No, it is you get that understanding deep in your heart so that when something comes of temptation or an enemy or a frustration, your flesh rises up, you then speak the Word of God and it brings that solution to that situation you're in. But then let's look at it from him and in his humanness. He says, I have more understanding than all my teachers, for your testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the aged, for I keep your precepts. I think about Jesus when he was a little boy in the temple. Where did Mary and Joseph find him? With all the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, and they were amazed at this young man and the depth and wisdom that he had when it came to the Word of God. I want to encourage you today that, yes, you're not Jesus, but Jesus was a man. He was a boy. He lived a human life. And the reason why he was able to live that life, to come to that place of hating everything that was evil, is because he spent time in the Word of God. He spent time understanding the Word of God. And he spent time, of course, in that relationship with God through the Spirit. It says here, I hold back my feet from every evil way in order to keep your word. There must be something there of a passion and a zeal that Jesus had in his humanness, not just in his divinity, that there's something that kept him in a zealous way from the evil way in order to do what? Not just keep the rules, but to keep the word of a God that he knew he served. I do not turn aside from your rules, for you have taught me. How sweet are your words to my taste. sweeter than honey to my mouth. Now let's be real today now. Honey is sweet, and many of us have a sweet tooth. In fact, I was back home a few weeks ago, and let me tell you, sugar is on the high in America. You can't have anything, it seems, without sugar in it. You might think that there's no sugar. In fact, my sister-in-law that I was with in Texas, she gave me an organic black tea. And she said, oh, this is healthy. And so I opened it, I took a drink, and I went, oh, this is sweet. She says, no, it's not. I said, it's sweet. And we looked on the side of the bottle and it had 7 grams of sugar in it, which was very low for America. And she was shocked because she was already conditioned to the sugar levels in the States with all the food and all the drinks and all of that. What am I saying is that you can have as much sugar as you want, but the Word of God is sweeter than that. How important it is for us to lessen the sugar that we're receiving in our human body, which leads to many different issues in our life, but to increase the amount of the Word of God that's coming into our spirit, because it's so sweet. It is so sweet. It is nourishing to the soul. It is encouraging and lifting up. You never come away from the Word of God without being encouraged. If you come away from the Word of God feeling down, well, that's because you're not dealing with whatever the Word of God is telling you about. And the moment you deal with the issue that the Word of God may be challenging you with, it might be a sin that you're dealing with, things of the flesh, mistakes, attitudes, behaviors, set mindsets, where that's going to challenge you, but it becomes sweet when you let it go, release it unto the Lord, allow the Word of God to take its effect in your life. Life gets better. And that's what it is all about. Through your precepts, I get understanding. Therefore, I hate every false way. I want to encourage you this morning. There might be some things that are challenging you that are not correct. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So He is the true way to life. If you're on a false way, come to that place where you're in His Word, confess it, and get to that place where you hate everything that's false and watch everything turn around as you get the deep waters of wisdom from His Word. God bless.